to another installment of CalBorne's Classic Catch-Ups. I'm Dan Calavassi. As always, putting the cow in CalBorne. I'm throwing to my curly-headed co-host, Tom Osborne. How are you, my friend?
Mate, it's funny you say curly-haired because in front of me right now, I've got probably the most disgusting, puberty-deprived, curly-haired filth on Potter's lower jaw. And I've also got a rancid take on Sporty Spice from Nicholas Champion to Crespigny. But most importantly, you've actually lost your stupid golf hat, which is disgusting because, I mean, it's fantastic because it didn't look good. But now your receding hairline is out in full force. So I'm not liking this. I objectively have the best hair here. And look, mate, your receding hairline is just getting grim.
All right, that's really, really unfair. You also need to remember you're my inferior on this show. I'm the anchor. I'm David Kosh, okay? And anyway, I'm going to move on. Throwing to and just to address that, I actually have been losing my hair at work because I've been so stressed. I'd like to throw to a man that has never worked a day in his life, Richard de Crespigny. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Calavassi. Yes, I've been spoiled with the fruits of my labour over the years, and my parents have supported me.
Parents' labour.
My parents' labour. And also, Harry Potter, how are you? The student himself. I didn't recognise you with that the growth on your lip, but it's good to have you on, my friend.
Yeah, very good to see you too.
Absolutely. And, you know, that actually reminds me, Harry, we do on CalBorne's Classic Catch-Ups, ask the hard-hitting questions, okay? And that's why we've got the big sponsors, like Wingman, the greatest lager in all the land. But I want to ask a hard-hitting question to you, and that is, you've been known to have quite staunch leftist views. Are you egg boy?
It's an accusation I've heard before, but I'm going to have to decline those accusations, I'm afraid. It's fair enough that you've asked that and you're not the first, but egg boy's got to keep his secrecy, I'm afraid.
Daniel, I'd like to interject. His parents are actually large capitalists, and they're really against greedies.
Well, speaking of unfounded accusations, mate, look, your rugby career has been riddled with calls of over-aggression, with perhaps, ill discipline. How do you answer the critics? How do you stand up to them and say, no, I'm not having it?
As I've said to numerous referees, it's a contact sport. Like, I go out there to play a contact sport. If you don't want to play it, you can get off the field. It's similar to Michael Jordan.
It's been great to watch you. It's been great to watch you over the years, Nick. You're obviously one of the most aggressive players at the club. You're a big frame, a big personality, and we all love being around you.
Have you likened him to Michael Jordan before, or was that the first time you've seen that correlation?
There are so many differences.
Rob Taylor's actually said it a few times, but that was low key.
Hey, you've got the head noise of Rodman. That's about it. But anyway,
I like Rodman as well, if you're wondering, Calavassi.
As I said, you've obviously been a dominant player at the club for quite a while now. And also, Harry, you've actually had a bit of a different story. Throughout Colts, you were never the superstar of the team. You couldn't finish or kick a goal to win games at Gordon in seconds Colts. You were average, but you had a tremendous rise to what's been an awesome career. You ended up being, one of the most dominant players in the Shoot Shield. Now you're obviously with the Rebels. Mate, what besides obviously hard work, what have you kind of attributed to that sort of rise through the ranks? What's been really important for you?
I think it's been I agree with you. Been started in seconds Colts and then sort of slowly gone up to first grade. But I suppose that at Sydney Uni, if you just sort of stick to the training and everything that's implemented there, that it sort of does the hard work for you. I mean, you have got to invest in it, but turning up and giving it your all, it all sort of tends to work out for people, which is why you have stories like that, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you have a story of... What's
that?
Did the trip away to Thailand,
Oh yeah.
did that assist you, do you think? Should everyone do a little sabbatical to Thailand?
Yeah,
Or
probably
here, Kalavasi, just sort of run the show a little bit.
potentially assisted with the lefty greeny views that, or maybe just the persona of that which people now associate with me.
That's it, absolutely. So all to the young kids out there, if you want to be like Harry Potter, go hug some trees in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
But moving on,
Don't miss kicks.
if we're talking about young kids, Nick, you've obviously been playing first grade now. How many games you got? Over 50?
Yeah, it's over 50.
Yeah, so for a few years now, and you've been doing a decent job of it. Obviously, you get your guns come through the ranks, your Sutters, your Kemeny, all the young guns. How do you, once you get to holding that jersey in first grade, how do you deal with the young guns coming through? Do you discipline them hard, or what do you do? I know for myself, I held the young guns out for maybe a game, but I obviously moved on. And let's talk about your life.
I think obviously in the uni, you've sort of got the benefit of everyone's around the same age coming through. We don't actually usually have those sort of stalwarts hanging around as it's such an ambitious club. People go on to bigger and better things usually. But I think you sort of find the hard work gets sort of humbles a lot of people straight away.
Yeah.
You learn your place fairly quickly in the group, and I think you learn the standards that the guys have done before. You sort of got to earn your jersey every time.
Yeah. Do you have like a story of somebody, like an older player, maybe pulling you into line at all?
Yeah, I do. It was, I think I just played first grade in like my second year of Colts off the bench.
Yeah.
And it was actually my debut. I'd sat on the bench a few times that year, but I only got on against East at East.
Is that where you guys came back?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest shit shield coming back. So I don't attribute me leading to the comeback as I got on for about 20 minutes, and I was on for about 5 minutes, and then I was actually sent off for a spear tackle. I'd worried I'd throw the team the game, and I was on the sideline being abused by East supporters and watching the last 15 minutes play out. But I remember Davo came up to me, he goes, "Don't you think," told me that I played well for however long I was on there, but if I ever did that again, I'd never play first grade. So it made me realize that you can't muck around when you're up there. It means a lot to people.
Yeah.
Is that why you don't get yellow cards anymore?
Yeah, I'm glad you learnt your lesson.
Oh, goodness.
I like to play in.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Look, speaking of the top grades, CalBorne's Classic Catch-Ups prides itself on sophistication and the level of research that it does. And so, young Harry, look, we've actually done some research. We found out that everyone actually knows you as Weekend Potter. So do you want to actually explain how you got that nickname and what that really means? What does it mean to be a weekend person?
Again, that's something that other people have been saying, a bit like Egg Boy. Hasn't been self-proclaimed. It's not a self-proclaimed nickname like some people.
What would it mean?
There was a hashtag you used to put up.
Which one do you identify with more, Egg Boy or Weekend Potter?
Well,
Egg Boys during the week?
Yeah, that depends on the day of the week.
How about like the sports arena centre or the aquatic centre? What's the sort of name you go with around there?
Yeah.
I'll answer.
What did the Susac crew call you?
That's another persona altogether.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's hard to get into.
Yeah,
back to Weekend Potter. I think I probably just enjoyed myself quite a lot. I think we had a long weekend, maybe a catch up on a Sunday. Probably just won a game, and then we'd all had a few beers together, and I celebrated accordingly and enjoyed myself.
I actually think I remember this day. It was we had.
I don't think I do.
It was I don't think you actually do. I actually remember taking you home as a responsible adult.
Well done.
Yeah. Thank you. We had the lunch down at our sponsor down at the fish markets and
Vic's Meat, mate. Is that right?
That's great sponsor. Hell of a
greatest restaurant you ever had in your life.
Some delicious brisket. We had a few beers that were there, and the day went on, and we ended up at the Royal Oak in Double Bay, I think, and that's Harry's old stomping ground. But
Right.
we tend to be doing a bit too much stomping on the tables by the end of the night.
Fair enough. Look, skipping right ahead, can I ask you both, start with you, Crep, what's your most cherished moment in the Sydney University jersey or off field, either one, whilst you've been at the club?
I'd say that 2018 grand final victory, sort of the build up to it, the angst against Sydney Uni and how everyone doubted us, and then to come back and to win it after we've had a few up and downs for the year, and it's such a young group.
Yeah, fair. Sure. What about you, Potts?
Yeah, I have to say the same. It was awesome atmosphere. I remember winning the second grade grand final in 2017 with Nick and Calla, and seeing the 15,000 people there, and then going back there the next year and being in the Shoot Shield final was an awesome experience, and just enjoying it in the change room after. It was a one to remember, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's unreal, boys. 100%. They're the memories that keep you coming back to the club, isn't it? Anyway, it's Nick, you've obviously got a lot of haters out there, mate. And before we kind of wrap up, you know, we're not funded by anyone. We're completely independent. I'd just like I'm going to give you the platform to express your views to the haters. Let them know what you think. Let them know Nick de Crespigny's coming for you. I'm going to give you 10 seconds of free range. Go.
I think they already know I'm coming for them. I welcome it. Hate me.
Keep going. Keep going.
That's enough.
Alrighty. Potter, any last words? Maybe to the Liberal National Party?
It's all fake news.
Okay. CNN. All right, boys, thanks for coming on. Two wonderful guests, wonderful footballers and wonderful men. It's been a pleasure, Ozzy. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you sort out for the next interview those technical difficulties you've been working on for 8 weeks. You're incompetent.
Mate, I hope you sort out your head, but we can't do that because you're born with it. You're weird.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, lads. And always up the students.
Up the students. Thanks, gents. Thank you very much.